Hey everybody, welcome back to From Under the Rug, the channel that shows you a new side to those you may have had respect for. Today we're doing an update on the ProJared situation that occurred about a week ago from this video. In case you somehow missed it, ProJared was outed for cheating on his wife Heidi Atlier with Holly Conrad, soliciting pictures of minors online and sending pictures of himself to minors online. So, what is there to update on? Well, he made a statement, and I'm going to go over that to make sure it doesn't get put under the rug soon at all. So, let's go over each part individually. First off, he says he's sorry to anyone who has seen everything negative about him. I do think he's right in apologizing for that at least, as nobody ever deserves to see something like this. But he says it's from Heidi and other people online. Heidi never actually showed anyone those pictures, and hasn't shown anything that has been seen as of now so far, so that is just incorrect. Also, he seems that's odd that he doesn't actually apologize to Heidi about anything. Then he goes on saying his marriage has been in a bad place and that he did not want those details to be public. I don't know, maybe if you don't cheat on your wife, they could be a little bit better. Just a little pro tip, ProJared. I can also get why you didn't want those to be public, as it seems really embarrassing to have people know the real you, especially if it looks like this at least. Now we'll be going over something new. Jared claims that Heidi asked if they could be in an open relationship as a way to fix their marriage or something like that. That and that she has been seeing other people and even influencing him to do so as well. I'm not exactly sure how you were able to prove such conversation happened, but there's no evidence for anything he says. If she was dating someone else, it would be a lot easier to find out, considering what happened here with how easy it was to find out that ProJared was being a little bit unfaithful. Not to mention he's now blaming her, a really smart thing to do when you are under attack by thousands of people online. Seems a little insensitive, and a little bit stupid too. After victim blaming his ex-wife, he continues by saying that she encouraged him to tell his feelings for Holly, and then she got mad at him for doing it, saying him having an affair was ruining their marriage. He did get one thing right, having an affair did ruin his marriage, but not for the exact reason he said. Again, he's not stating anything to suggest it's true in the slightest. Some of you may be thinking why I would believe Heidi at face value and not Jared, and it is a fair question, but I'll answer that just a little bit later. There's more victim blaming after that, claiming he wasn't the abuser in any way, and I can't tell how a relationship is behind closed doors, but unless Heidi admits to having 7 blogs getting nudes from underage fans, I won't exactly trust him on his word here. Then there's him saying he's the good guy by helping him pay for various things to ease the burden of divorce, but then says he won't show it because he doesn't want to further stroke any fires and to keep it private. Well, if truly he does have evidence that can prove he's telling the truth on this, how is that a bad thing to show people? It would help with his credibility at least a little bit. That and the whole thing is already public now, so what's the harm of showing a few more things that would actually help him out? The reason Heidi cannot show certain things is because it would be showing pictures of Holly in ways that could get her in legal trouble. This doesn't necessarily apply to screenshots of her texting him at all, but there's at least a reason why she couldn't do that, and along with others showing that he was indeed being dishonest through the blogs and such about him sending nudes, that kind of makes him the less believable one in this whole thing. Last thing on this paragraph I'll go over, he says he only had the purest intentions to those that were encouraged by Heidi. Want to explain how Sailor Moon here was a pure intention? Regardless, he closes it all off by saying he's sorry to those he disappointed, has made mistakes, and only wants the best for himself and Heidi. I'm not sure between being unfaithful to your wife, sending news to fans, and then asking them for their own was a mistake, as those are all intentional choices that he made, but I don't think he really did what was best for Heidi and himself. Want to know what I think is also really odd about this whole thing? He does not mention any of the underage interactions. He completely ignores what is the most illegal thing he has done, and what most people are worried about, which seems pretty weird to someone who claims is so innocent. It's almost like he's not innocent. I'm gonna rate his apology overall as a broken marriage out of 10. I think it applies fairly well here. I don't really have any sources besides, well, his statement, as that's all that really came up here. If he ever does make a statement about his chats with minors, I'll likely make a video on that, but based on how cut and dry that matter is, it does seem unlikely. Anyway, that's all I have for today's video, so leave any comments about if I should do more updates if I can find anything on those I've made a video on before, and thank you for watching.